Paul, big
Yeah.
news. Before we get started, before we talk about that lame CEO and the kiss cam, we have to talk about the late, great Ozzie Osbourne.
Absolutely.
76 years old, so he was a boomer. He was the creator, basically, of heavy metal music with that band of his, Black Sabbath. Had songs like Paranoia and Crazy Train.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mind you, I didn't like his music. I never listened to it. I couldn't. I named a couple songs a moment ago, but I don't really know what they sound like because I didn't really follow him. I didn't really know anything about him until I saw the Osbournes reality
Right.
show
You and me
because I
both.
was a reality show guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was at MTV, and my very good friend and a very close friend for all the years when I first started at MTV in 1989 was Greg Johnston. And Greg was the executive producer of the Osbournes and became a very close and somewhat family member, like with Ozzy. Another mutual friend of ours, I think you too, is Jason Sands, was an editor on that pilot episode.
Jason Sands, who was a great guy to hang out with when we were in our 30s and
Yeah.
single and going a little crazy. He was a nice
I did-
guy, and he was a good editor, and he did edit that as sort of the presentation reel that they showed to the president of MTV that Brian Graydon he chose, and they did the show. Great show. And also Marcus Fox. I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Marcus was a producer on the Osbournes, and he later came to work for me as a producer on Anna Nicole. He got to know the Osbournes pretty well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ozzy was a maniac. He was biting heads off of bats and evidently a couple of doves as well. Um, he
Rock and
just
Roll
sort
Hall of Fame member too.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was a mess, a walking mess, but really funny and interesting. And you know, I guess you have to give credit to a good musician too. He won a few Grammys, like 5 Grammys.
He had this concert just 2 to 3 weeks ago. That's the way to do it. To go out with a big bang. I would rather have my friends celebrate me while I'm still around than come when I'm 6 feet under.
The amazing thing is that every other rocker does a farewell concert, and then
Yeah.
they live 30 years more, and they do 2 or 3 more farewell concerts and albums. But Ozzy did it right. He had a farewell concert, and then it
I,
was adios, amigo, I'm out.
I truly believe so. And there was even a quote here from a Playboy interview. And the graphic says here, when I do go, I don't want there to be morbid fucking crying people. I want people to celebrate my life. Get me in the ground as soon as you can. You can cry all you want, but I ain't coming back. I don't think there are any fucking return tickets.
No, there's no return tickets. Thank you for that kernel of knowledge. Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace. And
Yeah.
now let's get it on with this show.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Old People This Week. I'm Jeff. That's Mike. And the guy on the park bench, that's Paul.
Look at that ass. Keep throwing that ass.
Actually, that's me, but I wanted to blame Paul because I
Nice.
didn't want my wife to see the video.
Nice. Really nice.
At any rate, we are your hosts. Old People This Week is a podcast for people who are 60 years of age and over. So if you're under 60, stick around. You'll learn something.
Indeed. So.
Every Thursday, we goof on anyone unlucky enough to be born after 1964. So please subscribe. If you subscribe, Mike will come by the house and give you a squeeze like the guy in the video. All right. We got a comment, by the way.
Oh.
As you guys ask if we ever get comments. But last week, we got a comment from a guy named JMY Leo. I think it's short for Jimmy Leo. And all he said was, go Mary. And it was in reference to poor Mary Lou Retton,
Yeah.
who got busted down there in West Virginia. She's driving around with open bottles of wine in the car. That's not going to do it.
No.
All right, so we're going to start off with maybe the greatest dumbass in the history of dumbasses. This Gen Xer by the name of Andy Byron. He's a billionaire CEO of a company called Astronomer, and I looked it up, and it says it has a ratings of being a unicorn, quote-unquote unicorn, that specializes in analytics AI and software.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's married, father of 2, and this idiot is running around with a person from his office that's not his wife. And by the way, she works in HR.
Perfect.
She's the director of HR.
Couldn't be better.
He brings her to a Coldplay concert, and everybody in America knows this now, but they get caught on the kiss cam.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
He sees that the kiss cam's on, and he goes, "Oh crap!" Drops
Dives.
down like he got poleaxed. And she turns away, and then he like throws his arms up like he thinks he's getting away with it.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as the concert's over, people that saw that, you can't get away with anything.
No.
So people found out who he was, and within 15 minutes, it was, as they say, it broke the internet.
It was crazy.
And also, I found out that there was a third person with them. I'm going to show a picture, and you'll see, you can kind of faintly make out that there's a third person with them. And it was the other woman, it's another woman, and she also works in the HR office. So the people at the office knew about this.
Now he resigned. His wife dropped his last name, and she's clearly not in HR anymore.
No. Yeah. The joke was that she was only stuck around to do the exit interview with him. So anyway, this guy, what a fool, what an idiot, what a moron. I don't know how many words to describe how stupid it is. To go cheating on your wife is bad enough. But then to say, hey, let's go to the Coldplay concert and just be really open and brazen about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the world can see us.
And
Good
then
grief.
get caught on a kiss cam.
Oh.
Yeah, when you go home that night, how do you explain that?
You're a billionaire living in New York. Go to the St. Regis, for Christ's sake.
You drive around the block for a few hours. That's what you do.
Yeah, you go. He's still driving around the block.
Yeah.
You don't walk in on that. You know you're going to get the one
yeah.
upside the head. She's probably standing there waiting for him. Oh my God, that's an ugly moment. I can only imagine how terrible that is. And he apologizes, and of course the apology is a fake.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's blaming everybody but himself and his own bad judgment.
But it wasn't even him.
It wasn't him.
Another dope. He didn't even apologize until somebody else came out and wrote an apology and put it out there, a fake one, and that made him sound even stupider.
Yes.
Yeah. I have to take time to examine my life. Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's left of it, pal?
What's going to be left of it is half the money you've made. You know, every other week you can see your kids.
Yeah. All of the above.
I have been married myself for, we just had our 30th wedding anniversary, and I know what would happen if my wife got me on some kiss cam with my arms wrapped around another woman.
The sound of a 12-gauge shotgun being cocked in the background.
It would be horrifying. It wouldn't even be a shotgun. There would be a large knife involved. The fear I am showing right now is the reason I would never, ever, ever, ever even think about cheating on her.
Yeah.
No.
No, I taught my wife to shoot, and she's a hell of a good shot, particularly with a handgun. So
You have one leg is out of, not even useful, and how are you going to get away if you did that? Honey, wait, give me a head start.
I didn't mean it as I limped down the driveway.
Give me an hour head start.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll get 40 feet away, and then she'll shoot you.
It's all a mistake.
my
That wasn't me.
Crazy.
This guy was a screwball.
An idiot.
All right, and talking about Gen X dope, these guys with their women and stuff, I read this article that some Gen Z honeymooners are bringing their parents along on their romantic trip.
Please. No.
Oh, why?
Oh my God! Word of advice to all Gen Xers out there from 3 guys who've been through the ringer and know everything about marriage there is to know. You do not. And I will repeat, do not, N-O-T, bring your parents on your honeymoon.
Lock them in the house, throw the key away as you leave.
A honeymoon is a time to be alone. The last real romantic time of your marriage, probably, by the way. When kids start coming and stuff and the real life sets in, forget about it. So you have this romantic time, a week, say you're going somewhere, you're going to a Club Med, you're going to Europe, you're going to do whatever. You want to be alone with your wife.
Yeah.
You want to have a good time doing everything that you can imagine you want to do with your wife, new wife. You do not want your mother or your mother-in-law in there knocking on the door.
Yep.
Mother-in-law walking down the beach that you guys went down to knock boots on, and your mother-in-law peeps through the palm leaves.
Oh my God.
No.
It is that's such a bad idea. I couldn't believe it when I read it, and they was like, "Oh, this is a trend." What is that stupid trend, idiot?
Trend.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I wouldn't bring my mother-in-law with me to go to the grocery store with my wife and I, let alone on a honeymoon.
She speaks highly of you.
Oh, no, she doesn't. No. Okay. Gen Z woman stopped shaving 6 years ago because she saw it as a chore.
It is a chore.
It is.
It
It's a
sucks.
chore, but we do it. See, they took the theme of this story was that men don't have to shave. Well, men do have to shave. Look at
Yeah.
this. Well, I don't shave that much, but Mike, look at this. What he does to his face every day.
Yeah, look at that.
All too.
I shaved this morning, yeah.
Georgia Peck, who's a holistic health coach. I'm going to give her the Gen Z stare as soon as you hear the word holistic health coach.
No, you see her armpits, you'll give her the Gen Z stare.
I'm showing them right now. You can see. Oh, she's smelling that other girl's one too. You see that video? And that was to try to prove that if you have hair in your underarms, it doesn't stink.
Yeah.
When she's there snipping it. Oh my God.
Nonsense.
I don't even know what to say about that. These two rascals that I do the show with, they're heading to Belgium to compete in this incredible contest. Mike and Paul both can screech like that. And they're going to dress up in bird outfits and take a microphone and try to squawk and impress a panel of gull experts and marine biologists.
I'm going to wear my yellow lipstick.
Big bird.
Here you do a squawk. Go ahead, Mike.
No, you're not going to hear me. I don't do it for free. I only do it in contests.
You don't need competition only. Go ahead, Paul. That's a cat.
That's the cat chasing the seagull.
That's Jeez.
Ay, ay.
Now, Mike knows all about this next story because he's got this. He's also afflicted with this, what's called the Gen Z stare.
That's right. I'm
Go ahead,
master.
let's see your Gen Z stare, Mike. That's actually pretty good.
It is.
Pretty good. I can't do that, maybe.
Just
The Gen Z stare, this emotionless expression teens and young adults sometimes make if someone inconveniences them by saying hi, tries to engage in small talk with them, or tries to take their food order. Finally has a name. It's called the Gen Z stare.
yeah, I loved it.
Ugh. It's unclear, it says, how it got its name, but many say they've long been on the receiving end of the face and are trying to understand why so much of Gen Z looks so dead in the eyes.
It's because
I'll tell you
they
why
don't-
they're dead in the
They
eyes.
don't speak English. They can't complete a sentence.
They've been staring at the screens their whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They got the Gen Z stare comes from staring at their computer screen, staring at their phone. You know, oh, I'm on Tinder. I gotta swipe, or what am I doing? I'm playing a game, or I'm watching porn, whatever they're doing, and that's why that's what's called the stare.
yeah. My favorite Gen Z stare is the one I get when I'm approaching a crosswalk, and the light turns green, and I start through the crosswalk, and one of these morons is walking about halfway through the crosswalk, staring at their phone. and I give them a horn, and they turn and give me the.
Yeah, I believe that. If you see there's the season 1 of White Lotus, Sydney Sweeney is in there, and another actress named Brittany O'Grady, and I'm showing this picture now because it's the two of them are sitting on these chairs, poolside,
Right.
and this other person comes over and starts asking them questions, and they're just
Yeah.
they don't even look up. They don't know what to do or say.
Of course, if it's Sydney Sweeney, I'm not looking at her stare. So
Yeah, but listen, this is not what you can see from the picture. This is not the Sydney Sweeney of later. They made her particularly unattractive for that White
the
Lotus,
glasses
which is
and-
nearly
yeah.
impossible to do with her, but they did. All right, well, we talked about Annabelle and how she's scary, and Mike's head, that's scary.
It just astounds me, this continuing abuse I take, because this is so significantly well crafted.
I'll have to come over there now that you're going to have a couple of days of recuperating next week from your minor operation. I'll have to come over there and maybe cut your hair for you.
Ooh, no.
Give me control of
You're
that razor.
You're not getting near me with a sharp instrument.
I'll make that thing look good. Well, here's a woman who does shave. Her name, I don't even have her name. She's an Asian woman looking for an older man. Here's the video.
But I give up. I'm done having high expectations. If you're 50, that's fine. You know what? Actually, I want my man decaying. I want my man on his deathbed. Yeah, hit my line.
All she wants to do, you can see it in her eye, is all she wants to do is steal all your money from you.
A walking scam.
Be pleased to stay away from her. Otherwise, you'll find yourself married and broke.
I was going to say, or else you'll find yourself on TLC. Yeah.
She catches you with somebody at a Coldplay concert.
You'll be singing like a boy soprano for the rest of your life.
That's what I'm telling you, my wife would do. That's why I don't screw around.
Yeah.
Don't screw around with Valerie. No way. All right. The downfall of Western civilization if it isn't all the things we've just talked about for the last 20 minutes. I read this. This woman says, I'm letting my kids sleep in, look at screens, and do nothing all summer. I want them to enjoy lazy days while they can.
I set a world record for throwing a magazine as far as I could throw it when I read that.
I know.
Just,
This poor, misguided mom is letting these kids lay around. There's a picture of the one that she sent. So this is the child and she's just sitting there laying around.
yeah.
I'm not saying you have to put these kids into servitude and make them work 20 hours a day or
No.
anything like that, but she's got to get them out of the house, do something.
Do something.
They're laying around. What are they going to do? And this woman said, I'm happy to report that my kids are settling into their own version of an 80s summer. Some people call it kid rot, lounging around on screens, staying up till midnight, and generally doing a whole lot of nothing. But as an older mom, it feels about perfect to me. First of all, I'm going to tear this up. First of all, in the 80s, that's not how we were in the 80s.
No.
Or any kids that I had in the 80s. We're not laying around, and we didn't have anything called kid rot because there was no screens. Unless you count the stupid TV screen that your mom wouldn't let you near. And we had to do work or at least chores around the house.
The kids are also draining her credit card and her phone bill and, ordering out for food, whatever, and it's like they're not learning how to function in life, and
We got up at 5 o'clock. We went out and fed livestock with our dad, fed the livestock, came back in, got cleaned up, dressed, had breakfast, and either rode our horses out to catch the school bus or mom would run us out. We'd come home from school. We'd change out of our school clothes into our work clothes, and we'd do chores again until dinner time.
Wait a minute,
After
hold
dinner,
on,
we'd
slow
do
down.
homework, and then we'd go to bed.
yeah.
I get it. Slow down for a minute. So you rode your horses out to the bus stop?
Yeah, the bus would come out to the end of the road into the ranch.
And what'd you do with the horses?
Tied them up. There was a small barn or a stall at the end of the road.
And they had to sit there and wait for you all day to come home?
Yeah, you just tie them up. They're fine.
I don't think it exactly matters, Jeff, where they're standing. It's like
Well, it does matter. I mean, they want to be near food. I mean, they want to be standing there. Otherwise, they don't want to be standing on the end of the road waiting for this fool to come back from school
Yeah,
and his brother.
These horses lived better than most people at the time.
That's true. She even admitted that when she was 16, she had a part-time job.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what you can do with your kids and let them lay around. I don't want to talk about this anymore. It's dumb.
No.
Okay, speaking of romance,
Okay.
more of these dopes out there. Recent survey revealed that 43% of Americans would end their relationship for $1 million, highlighting how financial incentives can outweigh emotional ties for many.
You mean, here's $1 million, leave your wife now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, would you do it?
No.
no.
It was like,
As I mentioned before, she's too good a shot.
thinking that through. You can see the wheels turning in Mike's head there.
Yeah.
No.
How far could I get on $1 million? Not far enough.
Mike was going, I wonder if it's tax-free. All right.
Yeah, Mike's going to do it if he's in the
So
witness
you-
protection program. That's what he's going to do. Right?
Exactly.
Well, if you get the $1 million plus, your wife is going to get half of it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's not worth it. There's nothing there. Okay, big news this week. This guy named Dan Rivera passes away in a motel room somewhere in Pennsylvania. Why does anybody care? Because with him in that room when he died was Annabelle, the crazy doll that's supposedly haunted. All right, I'm going to tell you about this doll.
possessed.
Since you two are looking blankly at me.
I'm on the edge of my chair.
You should be. This doll was a Raggedy Ann doll, and it was given to a student nurse named Donna back in 1970, so 50-odd years ago. She and her roommate, Angie, began noticing strange occurrences after receiving the doll. It would change positions, it would move from room to room, and it left handwritten notes saying things like, help us or help Lou. And then they also came to tell people that they think the doll strangled their friend Lou. So enter these people named Ed and Lorraine Warren, paranormal investigators.
Of course.
They were called in, and they decide that the doll is not just haunted, but possessed by a demonic entity. They take this thing on the road for the last 50 years to make money, basically, on it. And this poor guy, Dan Rivera, he was in charge of carrying it around and bringing it to the next place they were going to show it off. And guess what happens to Dan?
Natural causes.
Natural causes. My ass. You wouldn't catch me with any Annabelle doll, that's for sure. Maybe I should take a picture of me and Annabelle doll with my arms around her waist at a concert.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be good. It's a new meme.
Doll.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to bring you up because you mentioned last week as an aside, and I was barely listening. I should have listened closer. But you said that we were talking about Lauren Sanchez, who's married to Jeff Bezos, and how she got outbid when she was trying to buy a Birkin, purse, and she got outbid by $1 million or so. But you said, "Oh, I know Lauren." Now, how the hell did you know Lauren Sanchez?
Okay, she was a local newscaster in Los Angeles, the Fox affiliate, and I think for a while she was like the fill-in for everything, the weekend weather, the weekend sports. Never good at any of the above, but just, a pretty face, right?
Lauren Sanchez set her alarm clock really early this morning. She's usually on at 11 o'clock at night to come in and be
brutal.
Not that I go that way.
Yes.
But you are one gorgeous girl.
You are so sweet.
Allow me to say, I do go that way, and you're looking pretty good. Okay? All right, what you got there, Lauren?
She was full of energy and everything. The thing that's just gone on in the last 12 years that has absolutely amazed me, and it will always amaze me. It's like she has climbed the husband ladder like no one else in the world. She was married to a football player when she was younger and has a couple of kids. Then she was married to Patrick Weissel, who is the head of Endeavor talent agency, William Morris Endeavor. And you think like, okay, you've hit the jackpot. That was, how much further can you go? You're, Hollywood. And by this time, she was off the air in Los Angeles. She was no longer, having to be on television and do this. And she was a private pilot. And, she was like making up a company that, we're going to do film and television production and fly helicopters, which is what she does. And then, lo and behold, she goes to a party in Seattle And it's with Bezos, and the rest is now history.
Well, at any rate, that's just a crazy, Paul. And of course, she invited you to the wedding, right?
Well, so you asked me, you said, so I actually found
You were there.
I actually found her phone number. I still had it, and I tried texting her, and I'm still waiting for a response since last week.
She's not getting back to you. You're a peon now. She doesn't even know your
She's
name.
a philanthropist.
Yeah, she's a philanthropist. But throw some of that philanthropy our way, for Christ's sake. We keep telling you that. All you have to do to get on our show is give us $10 million. The same amount of money you would have spent on a stupid purse, give it to us.
I would agree with that.
So here's the scam of the week that we are always talking about to try to get our people who are watching this with their heads around the fact that there's somebody trying to steal your money at every second of the day.
All the time.
So this dude's name is Terry Marshall. He gets a text message and all it says is hello. And he did exactly what we say never do.
Yeah.
Yeah. He texted back and he said, hello, who is this? He said, his way of explanation, he said he thought it was a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody wrote back, oh, isn't this Ginny? Now that's another,
The hook is firmly set at that point.
Terry said, no, you've got the wrong number, and he erased the conversation. But the mysterious texter kept texting, telling Terry that he was super nice, and then he sent a photo.
Yeah.
And he said it was a cute girl. Her name was Isabella.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what?
Guess what?
Got to a few months later. Terry has invested $105,000 in cryptocurrency, most of his life savings, and it vanished.
Yep.
And then, desperate to get it back, he invested another $11,000 in a scam recovery company. He gave $11,000 to a company that said they could help him get his original $105,000 back, and that was a scam too.
Yeah. And Isabella was a guy named Roy in Nigeria going to the bank with his cryptocurrency.
Yeah, exactly.
We say this every week, and then we're going to keep saying it until people stop doing it. You don't answer the phone. If you don't answer texts if you don't know who they are. And if somebody's continuing to try to text with you, you really have to get out of it. You're really in trouble.
Yeah, block them.
And then will come the cryptocurrency or the scam about that your kid's in jail or they're for some reason needing money or whatever. And then
We got an inside deal on this. We can buy Bitcoin for $150, but we have to act now.
Yeah, we have to do it right now.
It's always the pressure of time, right? It's always the time element.
Yeah. And then once you give them the money, I think you would instinctively know there's something wrong. The day after you send $105,000, but
the line's dead.
There's no more money coming.
I gotta tell you, those texts. I'm not kidding when I say I think I get one every other day. I think I get all the different versions. Hey, we haven't talked in a while. How are you? It's like whatever the phrasing is. They are just coming fast and furious these days.
Hey, ma'am?
Yes.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Please, I have the bank on the phone.
Okay, let me talk to who you're talking to on the bank.
I'm in danger.
Okay, no, you're not, ma'am.
This is Chase Bank.
Let me talk to them. Okay, stop putting money in there.
This is the security team. So
no, you're not. My name is Sergeant Stewart. I'm with the White Settlement Police Department.
Okay, let me speak to the customer.
No, you're not going to speak to the customer
let
anymore.
me speak to the customer. Sir, you have no business to be...
Yes, sir, I do. No, listen to me. She is not clicking on anything. It is my problem because what you're doing is committing a crime. That makes it my problem. If you were in my presence right now, you would be in handcuffs going to jail.
What you are trying to do, Christine?
You still haven't gotten her name right, you freaking moron.
Anyways, don't fall for the scam. So we can tell you that every week. We can drill it into your head. You'll stop maybe. Back to our Gen Z numbnuts who we talk about we've already talked about enough on this show. Gen Z wants career advice, but their parents are lost too. That was the headline.
No
Good
kidding.
news, parents. Your Gen Z kids are actually listening to you, at least when it comes to their post-high school plans. Problem is, parents don't know what to say to them. He said 90% of Gen Z students say they trust their parents to advise them on next steps. Teachers were a distant second. The bad news, parents say they don't know enough about the vast majority of valuable education and training options their children could pursue.
The net effect of not paying attention.
Yeah.
Themselves.
Yeah, they haven't, right. Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's enough of that. Enough of the Gen Z. They're just making me ill. Mike, who's on Viacom Dios? Who are you going to bore us with this week?
Oh, no, this is a special edition.
I was going to say.
This only because this must have been in the water this week because they were dropping like flies.
They really were, yeah.
I mean, it was like twice a day we're getting an update on another notable person's death. And so some of this... You lobbed a couple softballs at me, so I'm going to lob them right back to you because, who knows. But then there are some that are notable and that will cause you to really shrink off camera as you try to do every week anyway. But first of all...
I'm going to just say to you right now, Mike, if you don't get going here, this is going to be the shortest one you've ever done. I will cut the crap out of this. So get going.
I love it when you throw your editorial power at me
with this thing and edit it.
All right, here.
You're sitting here blathering on about this thing. Let's go.
Here. As much as you like to sing, and as much as Paul and I dread when you try to sing, you will be crushed to know that Oscar Bergman passed away at the age of 99.
Who?
Oscar Bergman wrote The Way We Were.
No, that was Alan Bergman, first of all.
Oscar
and second of
Bergman.
all, it's not Oscar Bergman. He won an Oscar. Oh, my God.
Oscar-winning composer.
Yeah. His name is Alan Bergman. Next.
Oscar.
His name is Alan Bergman, dude.
Next. I told you this was going to try you. You're Connie Francis, who used to date.
Connie Francis, there you go.
Before you met
Not Arlene Francis, not St. Francis of Assisi, but Connie.
Yeah. What song was she famous for?
You'll never find
Where the boys are.
Yeah. No.
Where the boys
are. Where the boys are.
Okay. Now, this will test your recent recall. Felix Baumgartner.
No.
The man who fell from space. This is poetic justice here.
Oh my God.
He died, crashed his paragliding wing into a resort swimming pool in Italy where he was on vacation.
Oh man,
poor guy.
Poor guy. All
right. And then this one to cap off the experience for you because you blather on about your running ability. So this is one of your close running buddies. Fauja Singh passed away at the age of 114.
India's 114-year-old marathon runner Fauja Singh has died. He was struck by a vehicle in his hometown.
Died after being run down by a truck in Punjab, India, where he lives.
Punjab.
Oh my God.
Fauja Singh from Punjab, India.
Yeah.
Is the world's oldest marathoner, and he goes out and he gets run over by a truck.
There's an obituary.
He was a torchbearer in 2012 at the London Olympics.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Should have just ended it there.
Is that it?
No, it's not it.
There's more.
No, it's not it.
It's a special edition, Jeff.
We got
there's more.
The
there will be more when this thing hits the air,
annals
by
of
the way.
expiration. Right here, I'm going to show you. It's the annals of expiration. We just got word of this today, actually. Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah.
54 years old.
Yep.
Star of the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another unlikely passing.
Yeah.
He was dragged down and riptide off the coast of Costa Rica and drowned.
Yeah.
Don't be going out swimming in Costa Rica. That's the bottom line.
Well, the bottom line is learn how to get out of a riptide. There's a lot of people who get caught in them all over the country because you need to swim parallel to the coast, not swim in or out.
Not swim out or in or out.
Okay. Next.
Okay. And the finale.
Oh.
The finale. Auden Grunwald. Auden Grunwald.
Who?
Auden Grunwald.
No, don't say his name again. You keep repeating it. Just who is he?
49 years old. He was the 2010 bronze medalist at the Vancouver Winter Games. He was a downhill skier. Died when he was struck by lightning last week. So there.
That's enough of that.
Riptides, lightning.
Moving along.
Oh, boy. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I just wanted Jeff to know about Fauja Singh because I know the annals of distance runners.
114-year-old marathon. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
All right, finally, moving into the last part of this podcast. From West Virginia, which, by the way, is the new Florida in terms of weird people. It's where Mary Lou Retton got arrested for her DUI and we reported on last week. So in Bluefield, West Virginia, law enforcement allegedly caught a man and woman engaged in sexual activity while driving a stolen RV.
Yeehaw!
Boy.
This killed me. So this guy is on patrol. This cop pulls alongside of a moving truck, and he looks in the cab part, and there is a naked woman straddling a guy in this RV. And the cop's shocked, there's a naked woman on top of a guy, and it's flying, this RV is barreling down the street, so he pulls it over. And the woman, her name is, Shannon Bryant, allegedly admitted that they were engaged in sexual activity while behind the wheel, reportedly telling the officer, "We were ing," and he put that in the arrest report. And then the officer says she's appears to be highly intoxicated. No kidding.
Can we look at her?
Really?
And then, while they're searching the RV, police find a bag of white powder. It's the same stuff that Mike rubs on his head to make his hair look good.
And it wasn't powdered sugar.
It wasn't powdered sugar. And other drug paraphernalia, along with painkillers and a broken glass pipe that Bryant and McDonald, was the name of the guy, had thrown from the vehicle at some point during the stop.
Nice.
That's not all.
Oh.
And there's more.
You can't make this shit up.
And then the police ran the vehicle's VIN number, and it was stolen.
Of course.
So these dudes, McDonald and Bryant, steal an RV. They get in there, drunk and high, start flying down the highway, and then he convinces her to get naked and get on top of his lap while he's driving.
That's what good-looking people do.
Yeah, which means he had to be naked to start with.
That's how Lauren Sanchez seduced Jeff Bezos.
I wonder at what point it escaped him that he was driving an RV and he could have just parked it and they could have had sex in the bed.
So they could have had a phone party in the RV. Come on.
Right.
Jesus.
All right, next story. Wisconsin nurse pleads no contest to amputating man's foot without his permission.
Oops.
I put this story in here for you, Mike. So if you go into the hospital next week, make sure that all they do is work on your hip. You don't come home with one less leg.
Yeah. No, the doctor comes in actually now and signs the hip.
Anyways, this Wisconsin nurse pleaded no contest to abusing a patient after amputating a 62-year-old man's foot without permission or a doctor's order. She just went in there and started sawing his foot off.
Jesus.
Now, here's the classic part of this, and I'm only going to say it once because it makes no sense, but it's classically stupid. The nurse, whose name was Brown, Mary Brown, allegedly intended to display the foot at her family's taxidermy shop, according to court document and witnesses' accounts.
So she just needed a sample?
She wanted the leg to throw up in the shop, so she says, "Well, I'll just take this dude's leg."
Take this guy.
62-year-old man. It's like
he won't know it's
gonna
missing.
notice.
Oh, man.
Hand me that saw over there, please.
Yeah, I need a foot.
And the guy wasn't properly under, had
was he
drugs.
aware?
Yeah, he's sitting there. She's sawing away in his leg. Oh my
Good Lord.
Oh boy.
All right, Paul. Lastly, we had a video for you. Paul, you may not know watching this, but he lives in South Carolina that we call South Kakalaki. And
I'm in North Kakalaki right now.
You're in North Kakalaki?
Yep.
Well, you sent us this video that was taken down in South Kakalaki of this of these very diligent and smart police officers doing.
The state's finest right there. Look at that.
There we go. There we go.
Looking for bacon.
Dinner.
All right, everybody, please subscribe. If you subscribe, like I said, Mike will come to your house and he'll cuddle with you just like that CEO did.
Yeah, we'll attach your foot if you want.
Well, I'll take you to a concert and we'll do a kiss cam together.
Yeah.
I'm going to come check that hospital when you go in there, Mike, and make sure they don't start sawing your wrong leg off or something to put in.
I'm going to draw a big arrow and say, not this one.
This side. So please subscribe, everybody. We need the money. We'll get money if we subscribe, if we have enough subscribers, and then Mike and I and Paul don't have to beg our significant others for money to go when we go to happy hour. It's demeaning, and I don't like doing it.
Embarrassing.
All right, and send us an email. If you send us an email, we'll answer any questions that you have about any topic in the world. Any topic.
Mm-hmm. You
can call us at 1-310-800-1830, and we're standing by the phones at all times. Mike probably won't be by the phone next week because he's going to be rehabbing, but I will be there, Paul will be there, and we'll answer your questions. Check out our Substack. Last week I wrote about being married for 30 years and what that's like.
That was a good one, by the way.
It was.
Yeah, kudos. Kudos. It was very well
One
done.
of the stories in there was that I referred to, that I said in the thing that how many times I had got to the emergency room twice. Once when I tried to jump over a fence while carrying a chafing dish. That was actually at Paul's house. And we left a Labor Day party there. I was with Valerie, and I was drunk. And I was determined I was going to leap over the fence in front of Paul's house and holding a chafing dish. It had
I don't even,
food
yeah.
that we brought, so I run down to the length of his yard, leap up in the air like a gazelle holding this chafing dish. And where did I come down? Well, not on the other side of the fence, but on the picket right up my ass. And it cut it up good. And then and Valerie, who were just dating.
I was just going to say, you weren't even married at that point. You were still dating.
And she was like, what the hell? And now what? She doesn't drive stick, and I'm out there with my Porsche, and she's going to have to drive the Porsche to the hospital and screaming at me the whole way. Then we get to the hospital, and I got pissed off because the doctors didn't work on me fast enough because it's Labor Day weekend. There's every kind of drunk nutcase is in that emergency room. And I got in on these doctors and the nurses that are waiting around there that they're, what are you doing? You don't know why am I sitting out here? Oh, the whole night was a disaster.
I can just see the doctor walking into the exam room going, hey, buddy, why are you acting like you have a stick up your ass?
Yeah, literally. Anyway, that's it.
Okay.
That's our show for today. Stay tuned for Mr. Reese. I won't say his last name, but Reese is the old man rant. The old man quote of the week.
Here we go.
And we'll see you guys next week. Well, actually, you might not see. Well, you will see Mike next week.
Yeah.
And have a great week.
Bye, everyone.
Adios, amigos.
Talk to you later.
Take care.
Here's the old people this week quote of the week. Politicians, ugly buildings, and whores all get respectable if they last long enough. Noah Cross, Chinatown.
All right, fellas. I will be in touch, Mike.
Okay.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Farewell.
Yep.
Good luck, Mike.
Take care. Yep.